Hello, my name's Grian and welcome back to another Hermitcraft video. I am, of course, doing the never-ending mining of getting more and more concrete. This base requires so much white concrete that I think I've got through about 7, maybe more of these. Like this was full, and now it's empty. The base just requires so much work. Now, I have done a fair few things since the last episode. One of which is this automated sugarcane farm, although it's like the least productive thing ever. I don't know whether sugarcane just grows really slowly. If I've done something wrong, I really don't know, but it doesn't produce very much very often. I'm pretty sure I did this right. It's a very basic farm. But, you know, it doesn't matter too much. I need a lot of paper because I've been working on my matrix room down there. I severely underestimated how much leather, how many sticks and maps I would need, which means, of course, a compass for every single one, which means 4 iron. I have used all of my iron. It's not gone well, but I'm happy to say that it is pretty much done in there. There's just a little bit more to cover up. So this is where the secret room is. I think I might cover this up with a piston so that this goes, this retracts or something. I'm not entirely sure. There needs to be some sort of mechanism for sure. And then, oh boy, this is amazing. It's so crazy. Now, in order to make an exit, I had to make a little corner, but I've kind of lost it. If I walk around, I'll find it, I promise. Ah, there it is. So you see, there's this line. Now I can't get rid of this here. I cannot get rid of this because this is the side of the item frame. I have a couple of ideas to try out to make this go away, but as you can see, if you're here, it completely vanishes. But if you walk forward enough, then you get some perspective. The only way to really know where you are is to throw a few items around so that you can see where you are in relation to it, and then you can work out. This room looks absolutely huge, but it's not. The end of the room is somewhere around here. Yeah, it's right there. Look, you can see the edge of the wall right there. So this room is so cool. I can't wait to finish it because all I need to do now is get a few more maps to cover up the last little bit. And I also found out that you can put item frames on the inside of the water tunnel. So apart from these fence gates, everything should be completely white. The other option, of course, is to put this tunnel just on the inside here. I'm going to sort of play around with trying to make it completely flush. And then there's a little exit out there as well. In other related news, I have actually finished the elevator that goes all the way to the top of this build. However, the pulse extender doesn't quite work the way I would hope. Now, obviously, Mumbo made one specifically to the height of it, so I understand fully how this works. All it does is it's timed perfectly so that the bubbles will stop once you get to a certain level, and then it switches back to the magma block. However, I need to make this pulse extender. I need help matching it up to the level. So if I show you what I mean, this one, if I click this is to go all the way to the top. But this is an extremely long elevator, so it gets about here, and then it stops, and then I go back down again. It's not ideal. However, all of the observers and bits where the different floors are all complete. So what I thought I would do in the meantime is actually just make these holes a bit better so that I can just fly up and through. And I thought about making these really nice and circular. I prefer flying absolutely everywhere, so this might be more than just temporary, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. With the whole beacon running straight through the middle, having these little holes here where you can fly through might be really useful. But at the moment, I've got an elevator that goes only up. It's not redstone at all, so this just goes straight up. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here, so it should be easy just to fly between them. I actually wonder whether this elevator's going to get used at all. With the amount that I love flying around on the Elytra, I don't even know if it's going to be used. But I'm still going to make it anyway. For people visiting, it's quite cool, and it makes the base feel more connected. So in today's episode, we're mainly going to be doing a lot of planning and scheming and that kind of thing, because sometimes I get a bit ahead of myself in what I want to do. Oh, this is excellent. So as long as I fly correctly, everything should be fine with this. So what I've got here is 4 maps, and I thought since we're doing a lot of planning this episode, we might as well sort of see what this looks like from the sky. So we've got 1/4 of it here, and quite nicely, it's a little bit off center, but it's caught most of it there. If we go into the other quarters and take the maps there, then we might be able to get a really nice effect. Okay, I've got all parts of the map now, and we can see what this looks like if we put it together. I feel like we're going to need a bigger one eventually, but since this layer is just like where I'm working at the moment, this has not been really put to good use in terms of space management. Like, I've just put all of my farms over in a corner, but let's see what this looks like. Bottom right, and then we got oh, that's the top right. Oh, would you look at that? Now that looks really, really cool. I'm not going to lie, that does look swish. It even looks fairly symmetrical. There might be a couple of mistakes, but it does look like the circle is pretty spot on. So, what you might be able to see is a bit of a difference from last episode is there's these little squares here, and there's even one out there. Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now. Look at that. So, this is the current state of the base. My initial thought was that this here looked so just rigid, coming straight up. It doesn't have any sort of flow. So what I did was I made these equal. Every single level is equal because before they were like sort of alternating and it didn't look as I originally thought. So I've just made these level all across the board. And then I created these additional pieces coming out of the water right here. But I think this has worked really well. It really looks like the whole thing really edges into the ground and it looks a bit more at home. Now this isn't finished. I don't know how I'm going to decorate these towers. They are extremely bland at the moment. I think what I'm going to do for now is finish working on this section up here before I start touching any of the towers. And there's still a lot of building to be done, especially when it comes to like all the underwater stuff that you don't really see, but it doesn't look right without it. Yeah, it's just time consuming really. Anyway, we're already getting a bit distracted, so let's finish one thing at a time, shall we? Let's go and finish this matrix room. My idea for making this work a bit better is to add some dark oak fence gates here. Oh, ouch. They all popped off. Because then what we can do is put some item frames here, and that would make the entire room completely flush. Now, wait. Oh no. I turned around too much and now I don't know where the exit is. Did I even open it? Oh, this isn't good. Okay, let's put a load of these round. Okay, that's one corner. I can't find the exit. There we go, there we go. I found the exit. So you can walk straight through this bit, but you have to know that this is here in order to get out. But it also means that I could put it on the other side as well. As long as every single part of this is covered up, this could be a real challenge. Oh, and you only pass through it for a second. So I could actually put this water thing here. I don't know why I created this whole extra room. This was so much more extra work than it needed to be. But that here, this little bit here, is just a pass through. It's like a gate. I could even try and put these on here and see what that does. They don't pop off. Once they're on, they're on. Even if there's a fence gate there, you can still pop them on. So that kind of makes it less jarring, but it might just be a waste. I'm not too sure. Without this bit here, I wouldn't know what's up and what's down. We need to know exactly where the walls are in here. And the best way to do that is just throw the trident at the wall. Maybe I should have done the building before I put the maps down. So I'm going to create our meeting room right here. This is where I'm going to have my meetings. If any hermits come to see me, this is my base. Where's the end here? So I want one chair maybe here. So one chair here, and then an equal space. I just realized that this is definitely not an equal room, but it doesn't matter too much. As long as we know where these chairs are, I know where the exit is, because I can be sitting here, and then I can work out where it is exactly. And to complete the room, there we go. Oh my goodness, this is so bizarre. Oops. You might actually find that by accident if you're just like looking around. So this is really strange. So this is the meeting room. See, I know there's a wall there. I think it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but I know there's a wall directly here. You can't tell at all. So this is it. This is the meeting room. It's as simple as that. So Mumbo's going to be there once I get him in here. I'm going to drop an invite to him. Actually, we're going to have to go over to his base and drop an invite, because I haven't actually told him that he needs to come and do a meeting with me. Whoops. I feel like I'm having slight second thoughts about this room. Yeah, you fall in, but then, like, do we want the chairs here? Is it yes to chairs or no to chairs? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Yes to chairs? Because this makes it seem like the meeting room of infinity. The infinity... Oh, that's quite a nice name, isn't it? Infinity meeting room. If there is no chairs, I'm not going to know where the exit is at all, which could be really good fun. I didn't make the hole all the way to the top. Can I fly through this? Oh my goodness, I did! Yes! Oh, I love flying. It's like my favorite thing in Minecraft. Okay, we're going to head over to Mumbo's base. I haven't actually looked at Mumbo's base in a really long time, so I wonder what he's been up to. Nothing seems to have changed much here. He did remove the pixel art I've seen. I haven't visited him in a while because he's not been on the server too much. He's been away. Looks like he's made a city along here. This is really cool. Now, obviously I see like glimpses of this base every now and again when I'm flying around, but I haven't gone and had a look for a really long time. It looks like he's got automatic farms for kelp. What's going on in here? This looks like Lag City to me. This just looks like Lag Central. I wonder what this one does. Look at all this. See, this is what I need. This is what I need him for. Whatever is going on in here, this is what I need. He's got a portal, a really tall portal. Anyway, where's the best place to leave him a message? Where would he go? Or maybe in his underwater base. I don't really know where he goes anymore. I feel like he's still gonna AFK here. In fact, why don't we leave it where he AFKs a lot? What? This has got to be the most bizarre thing that I've ever seen. Why are there so many zombies here? They really like his sugarcane. Alright, we'll leave that where it is. This is his little AFK spot, so this is where we're going to leave him the message. Okay, I've left him the message. Hopefully this is cryptic enough and should install some sort of mystery. So, it says, Psst, meet me in the infinity room for a chat and to make plans. Go to 45843-941 and walk forward 1 block. I'll be there. G. Now, hopefully he still uses this as his AFK spot, but knowing Mumbo, there's a very high chance that he could miss this altogether. So, just to cover my bases, we're going to spam so many torches that he cannot possibly miss it. He must think that he'll see that something has gone a bit odd here because of all the torches. So, hopefully he won't miss this at all. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm even having this meeting with Mumbo Jumbo. We're not working on any projects together. And, yeah, you'd be right. But I actually have a plan for a project together. But that is for next episode. I will discuss that very topic with Mumbo himself, hopefully in the next episode. So the instructions told him to go directly here, to walk forward 1 block, and then he falls into the infinity room. And hopefully I'll be timed just right so that I'll be waiting for him right here. And then we can talk. But I want to see your reactions first to know if I want to keep these chairs or not. So that's a really good plan. I like that where it's going so far. And then we need to create some sort of redstone door here somehow. I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure that out. Now, there's something else that I have to address in this video, because I've seen a few comments that are particularly angry about all of the torches. And now that I've brought attention to it, yeah, I don't like them either. I didn't like them at all in the first place. I've actually managed to completely phase them out. When I look at my base, I don't see torches at all. But now I'm looking at it, yeah, it's bad. They're not even in line, which is, yeah, I think that's probably what's triggering people the most. But I thought maybe if we just use a few carpets and sea lanterns, we can do something. I wish we had a few more light sources, you know. I'm not really sure how to put these apart from each other. I really don't know. I mean, I could just do a few, like, glass circles or something. That might be a really cool way to do this. By covering up the sea lanterns, there's still, like, a little bit of something to look at. You still have the carpet here. But it does mean that we could create some sort of pattern if we really wanted to, instead of just having it completely uniform. Maybe I could do a few like gaps. So 1, 2, and then maybe, maybe 3 or 4. We just need to make sure that mobs don't spawn in here because I still cannot safely AFK in this base at all. A zombie appears from somewhere. I don't know where, somewhere, and I always get killed. It's actually really, really bad. I've done the easy bit of just making the lines across. I just need to figure out the best way to do this. I would really like to avoid a grid pattern like this. It's just not going to look too good. Unless I did like, maybe not circles, but I'm really not sure. I think maybe the best thing to do would be to leave this until I actually have an idea of what I want to do. It definitely needs a pattern. I'm just not entirely convinced I know what that is yet. But at least I can remove some of these torches. Now, the next project I'm going to be working on is going to be on this layer here. And it's such a secret that I'm actually going to put up my first ever spoiler wall, because I don't want anyone to see what's being built here. It's really, really important. This is the secret that is going to be the biggest game changer in Hermitcraft so far. I'm not even going to spoil this for you guys. You will not see what I'm going to create behind this spoiler wall. It's a pretty half-hearted effort for the wall, but this is important that this doesn't get spoiled. And I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take me to build this, but I imagine it's going to take a little while. I might even be able to finish this for next episode. I honestly just don't know. Right, that'll do for now. I'm going to properly cover this up so that not only can I not spoil it for you guys by flying around, that no one else can spoil it either. So behind this wall, there is going to be something very, very special. But I really don't want to spoil it for you guys yet, because making plans is really fun, but sometimes you've got to have a little surprise as well. So speaking of plans, here's what I'm thinking. So this is my base. This is where the map is on the middle here. And I was thinking that we're going to use these towers for different things. That sugarcane farm is pretty dire, if I do say so myself. I was wondering, what if each tower had its own farm in it? This one could be the mob farm, and that's probably the one that I want to make first. I just need to brush up on a few redstone skills. Maybe ask for a redstone guy's help, and then they can have access to the farm. I don't know, something like that. So one of these towers, because it's so tall, could produce a lot of items for me. And this is just all wasted space. Like, if we look, going up here, look at all this space. I can remove that. I could look, there's mobs in there already. They're just waiting. Each layer could be used to utilize it. This has been spawning mobs for so long. And it even goes up even higher. Look at all that space. It's probably not like the most efficient way to use this, but my goodness, could this be utilized really, really well. And that would leave a huge amount of space for all of this stuff. Whoa, I love this. I love how high it is. So this one here, I'm thinking can be the mob farm. This one here, I mean, this is the elevator. I can even keep this elevator here and we can just look at the mob farm. I'm thinking this one could potentially be farms. So, like an automated, imagine that in each layer, I can just put an automated pumpkin farm, an automated sugarcane that goes all the way up, and it just auto-harvests and falls straight down to the bottom, and this can be a collection point or something along those lines. And then I was wondering if it's possible to make an automated storage system in here. Now, making a storage system is probably something that I cannot do. It's probably a bit beyond my skill level. Fortunately, there are loads of hermits that will likely offer up their redstone skills in the future, and as long as I have enough money to pay them, it might be something worth investing in for me. But that's kind of the plan at the moment. And then, of course, there are these little ones here, these little towers that were purely built for aesthetic purposes. Right here, these could also be used for something else as well, because there's plenty of space in those. I was even thinking about filling in this space, but there are two different things. Like, there are filling these towers with things that are going to be useful, actual function, and then there's the parts of the build which are going to be purely aesthetic, so the things that just look good. For example, decorating these towers, it's going to just cost me resources and time, but at the end of the day it's just making my base look pretty. So I really need to get my act together and work out where I'm going with this. The time of freestyling this base might be over, because it's really starting to mean a lot to me how great this thing looks. But anyway, I think that might be the end of today's episode. I know it's been a lot of planning and stuff, but sometimes you've got to plan in order to get everything together for future episodes. So to sort of recap, we finished off the Matrix room, we've made it our Infinity room, and we're hoping that Mumbo Jumbo will see the message and meet with me very, very soon to discuss a few things. We've also been working on these towers, we've made the elevator, and we've started putting up a spoiler wall for my very secret project that I don't know when it will be finished. To be honest with you, depending on how easy it is to make, it could be finished very, very soon, or it could take a few more weeks. But one thing's for sure, I don't want anyone spoiling it. It's also Halloween coming up, and I need a Halloween skin. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I could do like a pumpkin Grian. I don't know. I'll think of something. But if you guys have any ideas, hit me up on Twitter, and I would love to get a cool Halloween skin. I also think for Halloween, we should scare someone. And there's no one that gets more spooked than Good Times with Scar. I've accidentally scared Scar about 10 times, and all I was doing was just like saying hello. So I think if we really tried, we could actually scare him quite a lot. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to continue building this spoiler wall, and I will see you very soon in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!